Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thanks for joining me today. Happy Monday. It's time we kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. Peace is not something you wish for. It is something you make, something you are, something you do, and something you give away. Having peace has nothing to do with your current circumstances or overcoming the challenges you face. You can have peace in the midst of a storm, you can have peace through receiving bad news, and you can have peace if your life isn't perfect. Peace is accepting the things that are out of your control, hoping for the things that are in your heart, and being patient with your process. So again, peace is not something you wish for. It's something you make, something you are, something you do, and something you give away. Now on to today's show. First up, we are visiting Electric Works, and I am taking you inside of Pasta de Gai, the new Italian restaurant opened by a cordon bleu chef. And let me tell you, their pasta is so authentic, yummy, and affordable. Literally the best pasta I have had. Then it's Money Monday with Foster Financial, and we're going to talk about the current market drop and how that could impact your investments. And later, our Best Reviews team gives us the rundown about the best dorm back-to-school products. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
I am here at Pasta de Gai, located at Electric Works. They are a brand new Italian restaurant offering authentic cuisines and so much more. I'm going to speak with Chef Guy and taste some of their best sellers, and you're invited. Let's do it. Joining me now is Guy Carmelli, who is the founder of Pasta de Gai. Hello.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so you are here at Electric Works. You all just opened up just a few months ago.
Correct.
But your business has been around for 5 years.
Yes, correct.
So tell me a little bit of foundation. What made you start this pasta business?
So I always had passion for pasta and made from scratch pasta. I started the business as a food truck in Tampa Bay 5 years ago. After a year, we opened our first location in Tampa Bay, then our second, and then 6 months ago, we opened our location here in Fort Wayne.
Okay, well that's exciting. And so this is a new kind of Italian vibe that you're bringing to the mix of restaurant. And what can people really expect? Like, you want for them to experience what? Authenticity, new flavors? What can people expect when they come here?
Correct. So our main feature is build your own pasta bowl. So you can choose what pasta you would want, what sauce you would want with it, and then what protein and vegetables, so you can build your own combination. We make the pasta from scratch on a daily basis.
Wow.
We make the sauces from scratch. So very authentic, very good flavors. And that's it, you must try it.
Okay, I can't wait to try it. I did hear that it was good, so I'm thrilled about it. But you offer so much on this menu. I mean, you talked about your pasta bowls, but then you also have your classic pastas. So talk about that.
So we have our favorite pastas, our best sellers. One of them is Chef's Guy favorite, which is my favorite. It's Chef's Pasta, which actually in Italian it's called strozzapreti. We call it Chef's Pasta to make it easier to people to pronounce. With vodka sauce and Italian sausage. We have the classic, which is penne alfredo chicken. We have spaghetti meatballs. We also have sandwiches, salads. We have cannolis that are very good. We have cheesecake cannoli. We have a monthly cannoli that every month we change the flavor.
Yeah, I saw those meatball sandwiches and all of that and more. And so what I really love about your concept is the opportunity for people to be able to customize what they eat.
Correct.
We all love a build of something, right? Because you can make it unique. And I see that you have so many different flavors and options. What are some of the favorites that people come in and order?
So I would say Chef's Guy favorite is actually very, very common, and a lot of people loves it. Everything with Alfredo people love, either it's with bacon or chicken. If it's with vegetarian, you have mushrooms, you have broccoli. We have a truffle mushroom, which is very good, very different, unique. If someone like more deep flavor truffle mushroom flavored. Meatballs is obviously a good seller.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like meatballs? They are 100% beef, really good meatballs. So yeah, a lot of variety.
That's great. And I understand that you wanted to bring this restaurant here because your wife is from Fort Wayne.
Correct, yeah. So this is my wife's hometown.
Yeah.
We met in Florida, so I opened there the 2 restaurants, and then we come here a lot, so I feel at home. Fort Wayne, so we decided to open here our 3rd location in Fort Wayne.
Yeah, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
talk to me a little bit just about your background with being a chef. Like, how did you gain your passion and how long have you been doing it?
So I always had passion. Since I was a kid, I was actually sneaking into kitchens. My parents always laughed about it. Sneaking into kitchens since I was 5 or 6. We'll go to a restaurant. I would get inside the kitchen, like I would say that I need to go to the restroom and then sneak into the kitchen and stuff. And my grandma was an amazing cook, so she's my inspiration for cooking. My background, so I went to culinary school actually in Europe, in Le Cordon Bleu. Been a chef there in London and Cambridge. Worked also in a Michelin star. And then when I came here, I came up with I always had the passion for the Italian food and pastas. So I came here, opened it, and started as a food truck, and here we are.
Yeah, it's a part of your heritage.
Yeah,
and your bloodline, which is really cool. But I have to tell you, I'm just imagining a little you running around through kitchens.
Yeah.
They're like, well, who's this kid? And you're probably like, hand me a pen.
Yeah, and now what's funny is like I have a 2.5 years old. She's doing the same now.
Yeah.
When we're going to a restaurant, she runs into the kitchens. That's her. Yeah.
Yeah, gotta raise them right. I love that. Okay, so we have to get to the tasting part because I am so excited to try some of it.
Yeah.
So let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, I am here at Pasta de Guy, located on the east side of the Union Street Market, and I am here with Chef Guy, who will now let us know about these yummy, yummy options that I'm about to taste. Okay, so let's start off with your appetizers. I know you have a full list, but what do we have here?
So this is a deep fried cheese ravioli. So it's very unique. It's a ravioli breaded with 4 different cheeses, and then we fry it and we serve it with a homemade marinara.
Very tasty.
Thank you.
Nice and crisp.
Yeah, so it's very, very different presentation for a classic ravioli. One of our best sellers, definitely.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah.
Okay, now on to the pasta. What is this lovely dish here?
So that's a truffle mushroom pasta. The pasta itself called strozza preti. We call it chef's pasta to make it easier for people to pronounce.
Wait, what is the real way?
Strozza preti.
Strozzapetti.
Yeah, so, yeah. Pretty good. And then it's served with a homemade Alfredo sauce that we make daily. Also the pasta is homemade with truffle oil.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so that's one of definitely our best ones with sauteed mushrooms. And then we garnish it with Parmesan cheese, parsley, and a little bit of black pepper. And you can see it.
Come on, chef, really? Wow. Okay, I have so much to say. Wow, that is so good. I am just blown away, number one, by the quality of the pasta.
Thank you very much.
The fact that you make it here homemade, it's like a perfect al dente texture to it, and that truffle and mushroom, this is like everything, and I'm just so surprised to get this level of quality on to go.
Correct.
You know, you can eat
that's
on
the
your
concept
lunch.
of Pasta de Guy, basically.
And then the price point is amazing.
To bring it in affordable prices, but a high gourmet Italian food in a fast casual atmosphere.
Wow. Okay, I am blown away. So impressed by that. You have no idea. And I love Italian food. That's my second favorite to seafood. So yes. Okay. So this is a classic. Of course, people love their spaghetti and meatballs. My goodness. Okay. So let's dive in.
So
what type of meatball?
So it's 100% beef. So there is no pork in it. And then it's spaghetti with a homemade marinara. We put it with the basil. We make the marinara. And then we garnish it with Parmesan cheese, black pepper, and some herbs on top. And it's a classic spaghetti meatball dish.
Yes, and talk to me about these basil that you have growing over here.
Yeah, so we're growing our own basil leaves, which obviously help to enhance the flavor of everything. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. The spaghetti and meatballs is so flavorful. Just as soon as you put in your mouth, you have enough sauce. Number one, like that's one thing.
Yeah.
There's never
That's
enough
a must.
sauce.
That's
right.
a
You
must
have to have enough.
in a spaghetti and meatballs.
Yes.
Is to have enough sauce.
You need it in every bite.
Correct.
And then I really love the flavor of these meatballs that you have here. I mean, it just comes together. It's just screaming high quality. Like, I didn't know what to expect, but I am beyond impressed. So thank you, Chef, for bringing your talents here. And then, of course, we have breadsticks, and then you have a yummy cheesecake cannoli. And you offer a couple of other things. So as you continue to grow here with inside of Electric Works, what do you plan on doing just to stay innovative as you're serving the community?
What I'm planning to Pasta de Guy as a brand. So we are starting to franchise process. So if someone wants to own Pasta de Guy, they can contact us. You can look in our Pasta de Guy website. And we're looking to grow as a brand. And definitely excited for it.
Well, I'm excited for you too, because like I said, quality on par. So thank you for bringing really good Italian food to our community. How can people support you? Where should they go to follow you? Are you on social media?
So social media on Facebook, Pasta de Guy Fort Wayne. And then on Instagram, Pasta de Guy, on TikTok, Pasta de Guy.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Chef.
Of course. Thank you for coming.
If you'd like more information about Pasta de Guy, they're located right here at Electric Works. You can come on your lunch or for dinner to try these delicious items and so much more. I highly recommend it. And I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Money Monday, where we give you holistic financial advice from Foster Financial. And joining me is their Vice President, Caleb Doan. Good morning.
Good morning.
How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. Okay, so every time you come in, we talk about something interesting that's happening. And right now, things are going kind of crazy in the market. So what are we going to talk about today?
Yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about some of the market volatility that we've seen over the last week. Last Monday, I think it was, the NASDAQ opened like 6% down at some point throughout the day. It made up some of that towards the end of the day, but investors a lot of times are asking, hey, what can we do to maybe reduce risk in our portfolio? So that's what I figured we'd talk about today.
So why do you feel that it's been so volatile lately? Like, what is the reason that this market has spiked in, or rather dropped in the recent week?
Yeah, so there's just so much information that's coming out all at once. So, I mean, the Fed is kind of releasing information on what they're going to do with interest rates. Jobs data is coming out. Corporate profits are coming out. And it just so happened last Monday, a lot of that stuff happened to be negative. And so the market opened, pretty low, the lowest it has in a long time. And of course, it made up some of that. But again, it just gets people thinking about, hey, what should I be doing in my portfolio? One of the things that's really important to take a look at, and what we've done for our clients several times so far this year, is rebalancing their accounts. So sometimes people have a target allocation, maybe they want to be 70% kind of equities, which is more growth oriented. Maybe they want to be 30% bonds, which is more conservative. Well, over the last year and a half with markets going up, of course, the growth side of their portfolio is going up the most. And so they were at 70-30, now maybe they're at 80-20 because the markets have gone up so much. And so what we've done several times throughout the year in all of the qualified accounts that we manage is rebalance them. So we harvest gain on that growth side, reinvest it across the other pieces of their portfolio, so it brings risk down and puts them back in the tolerance that they need to be in.
Okay, and so that's advice as far as what you would kind of do, but how should the investors respond now? So should they take action now? Should they wait, come see you? Should they come see you now?
Yeah, especially if somebody's really anxious about, let's say, their 401k that they manage themselves. A lot of times 401ks probably don't get the attention that maybe they deserve because people are focused on working, right? I mean, they're in their working years. managing your assets could very easily be a full-time job or at least a part-time job. And usually it's something that people kind of have set on autopilot. So it's not time to panic. Of course, it's time to kind of make a plan. And part of making a plan could be looking at ways to reduce risk in the portfolio. One of the ways that we've done that for a lot of clients, if they have 401ks, we can roll them over into an IRA a lot of times. A lot of times people are eligible to do that, especially as they get close to retirement, even if they're still working, and especially if they're over 59 and a half, that's usually an option. And one of the things that we've been adding to the portfolios is what's called buffered funds. And we've talked about these a little bit before, but a lot of times people's default when they see a lot of the fluctuations in the market, they want to get out of the market. They're like, hey, I want to go to cash. I don't want to kind of ride this roller coaster anymore. And sometimes that oftentimes, I guess, is probably not the best idea because then you're timing the market on when to get back in. Buffered funds are a great way that we've used inside IRAs to be able to manage some of that risk. It has some downside protection, so it's like a 10% buffer. If the S&P goes down 10%, these funds don't go down anything. If the S&P goes down 15, these funds will go down 5. So it kind of avoids that first 10% on the downside, and then it's capped on the upside at 17%, let's say. So if the market goes up 17, you go up 17. If the S&P goes up 20, you only go up 17. So that's been a good alternative to give people some protection on the downside, but still be able to participate in that upside.
Okay, wow, that's good stuff. I mean, so basically the biggest takeaway is do not panic. You know, and of course the markets, they go up and they go down. And so I know that you all really focus and you monitor what the trends are and what the patterns have been, and especially like we talked about the last time, this is election year. So things are happening, the markets are moving, companies are, you know, getting a little scared, you know, they're getting a little confident. So we'll just see how it plays out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming in with this information today.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you all would like more information about Foster Financial, we'll have their phone number listed below to give them a call. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
Whether you're an incoming freshman or returning to dorm life, picking the right stuff for college can sometimes be tough. Joining us now with the top tested products to take off to college with you is Senior Director of Content Operations at BestReviews, Jacob Palmer. Jacob, thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me. You know, the expectations for what you're going to bring to college have changed a lot, so I want to make sure that we're setting up every modern college student with the things they want.
And you can't be set up for success without a good night of sleep, right, Jacob?
Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting thing, especially for those that are getting into college for the first time, where you don't really have much of a choice in terms of what your mattress is, and you want to make sure that you're finding those twin XL sheets. And what our one recommendation is at BestReviews is go with cotton. Doesn't need to be the highest of the highest of the high, but what's great about it is that it's nice and breathable, because those dorm rooms oftentimes you don't really get a lot of say in terms of the temperature.
Absolutely, I can attest to that. Now, when it comes to waking up out of your good night of sleep, you got to start the day with coffee.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about the modern college student, is that they want their own coffee. They have discerning tastes, but really they're not in a position to spend a lot every day going to Starbucks. So send them off with this base Keurig model that we brought here. It's great. You can send them the cups they'll need in care package, and every morning they'll be able to get that cup of joe they like, and at the same time, you know that you're helping them save money in the long run.
And when you do save money, that's a good thing for all college students. Pro tip out there, everybody. When you wake up and you have your good cup of coffee, you need to be comfortable and get ready for the day.
Yeah, and again, you know, the dorm life, not exactly the most comfortable floors, so you want to make sure, also not the most clean floors, so you want to make sure you got something that's protecting your feet, and these are our absolute favorites. They are a BestReviews testing lab darling. They are the Joomla cloud slippers, and what we love about them is, number one, they're inexpensive. They're around $40. You can find them on sale a lot of the time too. But number two, they are the most comfortable house shoes that exist, and for the college student, they would also work for shower shoes, which is, you know, an important thing to make sure you got checked off your list.
Absolutely. If you can use one item for multiple things, that is also another pro tip. Now, when it comes to heading off to class, this right here is going to help them.
Yeah, and so this is the Kindle Scribe. A lot of people are familiar with the Kindle. You know, they know the advantages of it, of, you know, put all your books into one place. choice, which is great for somebody who is very book rich, like a college student is. But what we love about this is that it also allows you to take notes on what you're reading. You know, in my experience, when I actually did the reading, it was super valuable to be able to kind of decipher what was being said and be able to go back to that for when I needed to review ahead of a test. So definitely love the Kindle Scribe for that. Great piece of technology. Unfortunately, won't defray the costs of getting all of those books, but it will make sure your back is a little bit, you know, stronger because you're not having to lug around those books so much and wear it out.
And trust me, you don't want those back pains from lugging all those college books. Now, when you have to come home with all of your work, that piece of equipment is going to help you out.
Yeah, and you know, so much has changed in terms of how the college student is looking at, you know, what they want to be doing with their life or even what they're doing with their spare time. This Anchor docking station allows them to answer both those questions because it basically takes the laptop that you're going to send them off to school with and supercharges it. They can plug in a monitor, they can use it for more processing power if they want to be doing gaming. It's also great for video editing and things like that, which, you know, if you're looking at any of the trends, so many recent graduates, so many of the younger people want to get in that content creation space. They want to be pros at putting together YouTube videos. This will allow them to do that.
Well, these are all great picks when it comes to people going off to college, so thanks so much for joining us
And thanks
today.
for having me.
Of course. For more on these products and others, just head to bestreviews.com or scan that QR code on your screen.
Best Reviews is owned by our parent company, Nexstar. You can find more on the products and where to buy them on WANE.com.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. Peace is not something that you wish for. It is something you make, something you are, something you do, and something you give away. So I hope you have a peaceful day, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.